Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. The moon started the day in Taurus but shifted to Gemini early this morning. This represents another shift from earth vibes to air vibes, from the slow, sensual enjoyment of the comforts of home to the quick, talkative, creative energy of the intellect. Today is the sun's first full day in Scorpio this year. At this time of year, the days continue to grow shorter and the nights longer. We have presumably taken advantage of the warmth and sunshine to put in our work and play. Now, as the days grow colder, we see that we will have to find some comfort indoors and rely on what we have in reserve. This is the time of autumn when we prepare for long cold nights while we wait and see what the winter will bring. Scorpio looks ahead and assesses the potential dangers and pitfalls, but doesn't respond with fear. Be prepared. Wait and see. These are two signature Scorpio attitudes we would all do well to adopt. Let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into the interpretations. As ever, we have the sun, which represents our outer life, who we are in the world, the person that people meet when they meet us. The moon represents our inner life. That is our emotional and intuitive self, who we are on the inside, but also our domestic sphere, so who we are at home with and where we are at home as well. And I want to say, just to get it out there, that the waning gibbous energy of this moon, the full moon was on Wednesday. So now we've gotten past the full moon with all that wild, exciting energy, and we're starting to drift off. During the waning gibbous moon, we are advised to revise. So we look back at the time since the new moon when we set our intentions and how we put our plans into motion and what that looked like at the coming of the full moon. And now we know, what we would do differently. So we're going to revise our plans a little bit so that we can do even better, have more potent outcomes next time around. Back to planets. Mars is your planet for initiative. The will to act, our ambition, our drives. Pluto, death and rebirth. Also, extremes. Under the moon, we have Saturn here. It's a really short one today, guys. This is our planet for structure and the stewardship of those structures that support us. As for aspects, that's a square. It represents the potential for challenges. This is an ingress. It just indicates the transit of a planet from one sign to the next. And then we have a trine here. It's a very positive, even harmonious aspect. And that's pretty much all we've got. So these are the players. These are the plays. Let's get into some interpretations. In the ongoing column, Mars square Pluto. This is day 3 of 4 for this challenging aspect. Scorpio's ruling planet, Pluto, is the planet that represents extremes like long distances or deep waters. Mars is the planet for action, and when it comes into aspect with Pluto, the actions we make on impulse can be, extreme. Mars makes us rowdy, and especially in challenging situations, we may find that we act outside ourselves in aggressive or harmful ways. Mars is also a youthful character, and under that planet's influence, we're more likely to say and do things that come across as immature or petty. I would suggest that we can look for ways to expend all this rowdy energy in a less impulsive and more intentional manner so that we can hope not to see negative consequences. Rowdy actions, intentional. Be intentional for the best outcome. And being intentional, that means knowing what your intentions are in any situation where you plan to act. And understand that when you do something unintentionally, that means you went into it not knowing what your intentions were. Here are today's aspects. I give these in Central Standard Time since I am in Fayetteville, Arkansas, y'all. At 2:57 a.m., the moon makes ingress to Gemini. From the wee moon calendar, moon in Gemini speeds our thoughts and nerves. It's time to weave words, talk, listen, laugh, sing, and write. Network, negotiate, rearrange, juggle possibilities. Just don't get spread too thin. Talk and create. Don't get spread thin. This is a 2.5-day transit. And then in the evening, the moon at 5:12 p.m. runs trine with Saturn. So Saturn, being our planet for the structures that support us and our stewardship of those structures, tends to lend a sturdy, steady vibe to the heart and home. And that brings in more patience and gives us access to those skills that keep us on track, emotionally speaking, even when times are tough. This is a good time to have a tough conversation with someone in our domestic sphere if we have to. It's also a good time to call or visit your elders. They may just have some wisdom to impart that adds even better stability to your home environment. This is a 2-hour aspect. Call your mom or whoever it is that you cherish and relate to as your elder. Coming up next week, we will see a waning half moon in Leo, but most of the preparations will be for the end of the week, which culminates in the holiday Samhain. Now, I learned this today. I've been pronouncing it Samhain, but this is a Celtic celebration, and it is actually pronounced Samhain. Samhain is the calendar middle point between the autumnal equinox and the winter solstice, when the veil between our world and the underworld is believed to be thin, giving us greater access to the spirit world. Samhain itself is a Celtic tradition, but many cultures around the world celebrate this midpoint date in similar ways by honoring our ancestors and in general acknowledging and celebrating the fact of death and decay, which are integral parts of a life worth living. Just you wait and see, says Scorpio. Everything passes. There is nothing to fear. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects, an astrological weather forecast for Saturday, October 23, 2021. If you have any questions or if you feel inspired to share an experience or an observation, please feel free to leave it in the comments section. Also, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up for about 30 seconds so that you may look it over, and I'll see you all tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.